Good morning, afternoon, and evening. How have we been? Here, winter has turned up. It has decided to take over here in Australia, and let's just say the joints are not enjoying it. Not at all. I get better when things stay constant. It's the up and down of temperatures. And yeah, it's the cold evenings and then half decent days. It can cause all sorts of havoc. But also, finally got myself a medical cushion for my chair. So now I can actually sit properly for the day and not end up like I spend the day holding and me muscles end up aching, and then I end up with headaches and migraines and all sorts of lovely fun. But yeah, I think that's somewhat under control at the moment. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, the rest of the joints that are an issue are also having they're putting their hands up nice and high here on the list of look at me, and that list has about 8 or 9 different joints that myself and the doctor are keeping an eye on, or I should say the team of doctors. I've got like 3 different doctors that I see quite regularly to keep myself moving. But yeah, a lot of people say that, well, you shouldn't have done the wrestling. And the doctors say to me that I'm like lucky I did, because this would have happened no matter what. So I might as well have had the fun that I had and enjoyed myself for the decade plus wrestling, and yeah, dealt with what happened afterwards. Because yeah, the doctors have many x-rays, many a test, many a conversation, and they've all come to the conclusion that joint degeneration disorder, and that this was part of my timeline. So it is what it is. But yeah, so videos won't be like the exact every so many days, or you know what I mean, a fortnight. They might be a little bit longer, or they might be a little bit sooner. We'll see how the body moves. But this week, or this fortnight, I have been doing some work on the bakery. So let's go have a look. Bop, bop. Out the door. Gee whiz. So, zoom our way down. Missed the turn. I have got all the way to my hardcore heart here. Like from there, I have zigzagged it through. There has been plenty of splats on the side of the glass or on the door, and this poor window over here, I'm surprised it's still standing. But it's strong glass. But let's pop around and have a look at the bakery, which has slid in very nicely here beside the supermarket, and the chemist will be coming. It's still in the process, but yeah, I've done a lot of map work as well. We'll have a look at that because I've got a new shot of the map. But yeah, herein is the bakery with the good old hidden item frame showing up the bread, and some bread here on the counter, a sandwich like building area over there, and just shelves for bread and rolls and all the rest of it. Here we have, as you can see, we won't say that they're bookshelves, they're cans of drink. So I made the map to, well, if I see, there's the map. And it gives it a nice little, yeah, like door frame with the air vents along the bottom. The issue with the maps, when I was first doing these, was knowing where to put, I know, these little hinges. You can just see them there. And on this side, they, yeah, I oopsed, but they work. So the doors actually have hinges. The back of the till, so $11.34 for a loaf of bread. It pretty much it's getting there. Just give it a little bit more time. But yeah, I use some bookshelves here and like stocked it up with books to make it look like tomato sauces and other ketchups and stuff like that to put onto the sandwich or roll or whatever is being somewhat made. But let's make our way into the actual bakery area. This is based on a bakery that I worked at for, I think it was about 6 to 7 months. I worked here. Well, I shouldn't say worked. I volunteered. The owner was a good mate of mine, and he was in a little bit of a stuck position. So I, yeah, gave him a hand and came and worked here, like 5 nights a week or 5 mornings a week. It was a fun time. But yeah, so this bakery is once again something from the history of Moz. But yeah, we'll start at the back here. The bakery that I actually worked out, the back door was here, and it went out into a car park. But I've moved the door over here, so then the deliveries can come here and be placed into this storeroom. I should have like an industrial fridge or something, but eh. Then we come in to the small little mixer that we had for a while until it broke. Yeah, it was helpful because then we went from this small little mixer that would do a dough in, I think it was like 8 minutes, to this big mixer. This thing was massive. You could, yeah, easily fit in. It would take 75 kilograms of flour, which is about 160 odd pounds of flour. So, yeah, human size. And it would take 45 minutes to mix a dough. And I would have to stand here, and this bowl would spin around, and this would roar. It was a very big turny circle thing. Sink at the back here, so, and a sink on the ground because we used to weigh the water as the ingredient was all like weighed out, and that's what these here are. These are the containers that would have like the gluten, the sugar, the salt, powdered milk, and I think that was about it because the yeast was like not a powder; it was proper yeast. And there should be bags of flour here, but yeah, I was thinking hay bales, but it's just a little bit too raw of like a wheat. So, this is the workers' bench. So when the dough was done, it would be picked up and placed on here, and it would be weighed out and cut and like divided. This here was a cool little machine. You had these little trays that you would put down, and you would grab like whatever amount of like dough that you would need, and it would divide it up. You would put the tray in here, and you would pull this down over the top of it, and it would shake in circles. This here would cut what you put there, it would flatten it, and then it would cut it into small little balls of dough, and then the rotating would make them round. So yeah, that's how bread rolls and all of the smaller bready things are weighed out. It's a lot quicker than standing here and cutting out and weighing every small roll and then going through the process of rolling them and getting them set to go into the prover. This is the big steamy room where the bread would rise up, and then it would come out of there and then go into here. And once again, a lot of map work. All of these, each one of these are 3 different maps. So, and these are the doors of the shelf ovens. It was these middle 2 were the main ones that we used. They were usually like the temperatures were usually left, and we would just when we turned it on, and then as we would pull out the last thing of the day, it would, which was usually the fruit rolls or the cinnamon and fruit and all of the sweetier type of foods. But yeah, you can see there that like the 4 decks each had a door that would slide like up into the ceiling, and that's what I've kind of tried to do to make it look like it slides up. I was going to try and do them so you could look all the way down, but then, yeah, this black would have, just I couldn't do it. So we went for the doors, and as you can see, all the levers are down. I'm absolutely stoked with the way that map worked out. Oh, oh, oops, oops. Fix the oven. Never happened. So, and then when the bread's cooked, it's bounced out on there and put back in the rack. And when it's cooled, you come over here and you put the bread in there and you'll push that down and it will slice the bread. Then the bread gets bagged up and moved out here and put on the shelf. So that was, yeah, the bakery life. This here was actually where the donuts, we had a donut fryer that went here, and I would mix up the dough and chuck it all in top, and then they would all pop out, and then I would have to wait for them to cool and ice and get them. I would do them while I was baking off the like the coffee scrolls and the fruit loaves and stuff like that, and cleaning up everything around the back, as the head baker would actually take a rest because they worked themselves to an absolute, yeah, they did some crazy hours. There was one time that we had a what we call a gas crisis. The pipes from one state to another were closed. So the state I lived in, Victoria, had no gas. And this oven right here was an electric oven. I did a 36-hour shift baking bread constantly. As soon as this had finished a dough, it was put up there, and I was weighing out another 75 kilos worth of dough. It was a huge mound of dough that would go here, and it would all be divided up into bread, and it would constantly, yeah, we actually had to turn on the third, like, tier to this. Never the bottom one. The bottom one was just too dangerous to, like, yeah, to deal with. But the top one, we had a huge paddle that would sit here that we would be able to grab the bread tins. But yeah, the baker, I did 36. The head baker did 74. Like, I did my, and then I went home and slept. And then when I came back is when the baker went home and slept, because then I took over like the head baking as we got another baker to come in and give us a hand. And it was a crazy week. So lots of awesome memories here in this bakery. But if we quickly, because I also fixed up the shop up here. The Ace Sushi has now got proper fridge doors on the front. I went for the vents for top and bottom on this one, and more of a frosted like look to make it look like, you know what I mean, they haven't packed it up with today's sushis. And then we have the second tier. I did a third one. I forgot to make a copy of it, so it's gone. And not just a copy, but I gotta lock it with a piece of glass to make sure the map doesn't change as I do multiple maps over the top. But I didn't change the price. Everything can stay the same price. It is what it is. But yeah, the teal down the bottom, like this one is completely white, which I did with snow. But the one down the bottom is completely clear, and it didn't take that long to make. So if I did want to remake it, and it's not that hard, but no, I think it really just makes this dining area look more shoppy. Like now, I'm stoked with the way that has turned out. But oh, where am I? But I think now we should actually zip off and go to spawn and have a quick look at some of these other maps that I've done. So yeah, in the we called it the whole mall, or the mall hole. So it's the mall inside the big hole, donut hole. That was streaming when I did all the building of this, and that was just crazy. But here we are, as you can see on the back of the wall there's the different fridge, all the different types. This one here has no hinges. These have got hinges. They've got hinges everywhere. But yeah, with the other ones down, if anyone does want a copy of the actual doors, it's not too difficult to get. But yeah, there's the two different teals. Let's grab all these out, and we'll quickly go along. And these ones here was just me mucking around, seeing what I could actually do. So we'll put all of these. As you can see, the issue I had is they didn't quite line up. So you had this odd pattern, which now I have learned you got to worry about the chunk lines. So turn that around. No, it was right that way. And that one, and that one. Ooh. But yeah, these two I think worked out quite nicely. Like I like this one here. Like I might use this as like a edge around in the jewelry shop, which is what the next one of the next shops. So if you want your name on the jewelry shop or the pet shop, put a comment and let us know that you want me to name it after you, and I will try and work out a clever little name. But yeah, talking about said jewelry shop, these are what I've already made for the shop. All of them are upside down. No, that one actually went in properly. Oh, that border rings. Bop. And oh, that's necklaces. And that's more rings. But absolutely stoked how these have worked out. I think they're going to work really nicely in the jewelry shop, which will be in the next video. So that and the pet shop. So, but over here we have, what do we have in here? We have some more. Oh, edging. These are kind of what I was thinking when I was doing these, was like the wallpaper lining that you have around, like in houses, and underneath you might have, like with this, it might be like a brown or a green paint underneath, and maybe a cream at the top to work with the different colors in there. But I thought they turned out really well. It's still just me playing and me thinking up ideas. Like this one here is just literally me playing. We got some pinstripes. So you never know when you might need some. This one here's got some purple in it. yeah, I'm really happy with the way that they turned out as well. Yeah, I've already done that one, and this one, this chest here, just has extra maps for people to be able to make what they need. Go in hand. Ah, yes, the blue, the white, and the black. They were lots of fun to build. So the blue is just water, the white is snow, which you saw earlier on the till. The black took forever. That's all carpet. So this one here is just a little bit of the fun. So these here are the from the rings. Out of my way. From these here, I just took out the actual ring decoration and made blocks, and I left the colours around this one because I thought could be some cool little tiling or something. This one here was just water. I, I don't, I don't know. I use water to knock out the carpet, or I used ice, and I went, okay, let's just make a pattern out of it and see what happens. And now we will move on to these next ones, which are for the pet shop. So quite a few different styles of caging. So I like this one here. This one here looks cool. But you can see where I got this edging here. That all came from doing these. So from mucking around doing these, which I think this one looks really cool as well. So yeah, I have done way too much map work. Don't know exactly where some of the maps. I know where some of them are going. We certainly know where some of them are going, but other ones, not so sure. But yeah, this has been what I have been up to. I'm sitting here just doing mindless map work, which has been fun. It's occupied the brain, but it's yeah, it's something that I can do and get up and leave and come back to, and so it has fulfilled its need for me to be able to still Minecraft, but not achieve way too much in between episodes. So next episode will be the pet shop and the jewelry shop and possibly the chemist or the drugstore. It depends on where we call it a chemist here in Australia. So, yeah, that is the plans for the next one, which hopefully will be out in a couple of weeks now that the temperature is now in winter. It's spring and autumn. They're the yucky ones. But yeah, don't forget, if you want your name involved in the shops, let us know if you would like your name after the or involved with the pet shop or the jewelry shop. Until next time, thank you all very much. Now that we've gone through the little bit of a fake ending, false ending, there's a little secret in here for you people that have stuck around. You might have noticed I didn't quite walk over this because this here is actually white maps. And oh no, where are we? We're in the blue room. Oh, ooh, what's through? Uh, good luck, people. There is a way out, but we'll see. Bye.